recent board meeting, you said of the Journey Home, we don't allow drugs in our facility. We don't ignore it and we don't excuse it. I'm proud of the agency's harm reduction program. And I know firsthand, I've been in your office talking to you about various situations that related to the Journey Home, and I've seen you get calls for placement, and I've seen you weigh the pros and cons, and I've seen you have someone seeking admission who's failed the program numerous times, and I've seen you weigh the benefits. You don't want to give up on a veteran, but at the same time, you don't want to do the going through the same actions time and again and expecting different results. Tell me a little about that decision, when that decision comes to you and you have to decide whether someone comes to the Journey Home or not.
Yeah, so it really is about harm reduction, isn't it? And prior to 2016, there was no clinical harm reduction of these veterans coming through our doors. They either failed or they succeeded, and if they failed, they were removed from the facility and back on the streets. And there is a great deal of love and passion that we have for our veterans. So my responsibility coming in as a clinical director was to put those harm reduction processes and protocols and services in place that we can hold veterans accountable to healthy and transitional services and program, but do it in a way that addresses the harm reduction needs of individuals that are struggling from PTSD and trying to stay on the recovery path. It is a balance. It's a strong balance. And so one of the most important resources that we use on a daily basis is the VA. So when we got our first VA contract in October of 2015, one of the reasons why we chose to work within this Housing First and Indian homeless veterans model is because that is the best practice of the VA, and that's the best practice of the U.S. housing and urban development. And they got a lot more knowledge than we do. So we want to learn more about that, but we want their resources. So not only am I there as a clinical director, but we also have employed 3 additional case managers that work with these veterans on a daily basis to address harm reduction issues. And they are in contact with our VA liaison. We have a VA liaison that works with us on a daily basis whenever we have issues of treatment, transition issues, housing issues, symptom elevation issues, all those kind of things. We have a direct phone contact with the VA that helps us link to doctors and psychiatrists and counselors. And without the VA, we couldn't take care of the harm reduction needs of the veterans. So one of the valuable things about our contract with the VA in 2015 and then again in 2017, and me coming on as a clinical director, is that we're now addressing for the first time at the Journey Home the clinical harm reduction needs of veterans struggling with addiction and PTSD.
Thank you. Thank you for your help to our veterans.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for your support. We couldn't do this without you and all those who value our mission.